blonde. Yeah, on this weekend, get me some Heineken Drive. Yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my weekend. Get me some Heineken, baby. It's time to enjoy ourselves. A grind on the dance floor, we're going up the gas station. Oh yeah, getting on this grind, this Final Fantasy grind. I'm trying to enjoy my weekend and get my freak on.
What's up, guys? Your Archfiends, it's your King of the Night, Vincent Valentine EX Turk, my Archfiends, and we're here with another Final Fantasy discussion, Final Fantasy 15 to be specific, and we're gonna be talking about not Noctis, Ignis, and make a prediction since episode Ignis is gonna come up next week. We're gonna be talking about a prediction that may or may not happen. And what that prediction could possibly be is that Ignis ends up being the strongest character of Final Fantasy 15, or one of the strongest bros for Final Fantasy 15. You know, and now I think it's possible because we've seen him don the ring of Lucii in the trailer. Now, forgive me for not using trailer footage because the episode is not out, and I'm using my SHAREfactory, which entails only the footage I can possibly get from the Alticia arc from the game that I already have since the episode has not came out yet. But I could still talk about the episode Ignis. I think that's why he's the one who challenges Noctis in that trailer where you have the Noctis fight, because he's the most worthy of the three, which makes sense because he's been looking out for Noctis and raising Noctis in King Regis' stay. I think he's more than enough worthy, well, at least helped King Regis raise Noctis, because when Noctis was in high school, he cooked most of Noctis' meals and everything. He's the most worthy out of the three. The most worthy, and that's why he only loses his vision and not dies when he dons the ring of Lucii. Sure, he does get his vision back, and he lives in darkness the rest of his life, which, well, is really a sad fate to begin with. I can imagine what happens if I lose. I can imagine what happens if I lose my eyesight. It'd be quite a horrible scene and tragic scene at most. So I could quite sympathize with it, but he's one of the strongest brother. He's probably going to be end up in their strongest brothers. So we could concur that he had some Kingslave training because he ends up being the strongest out of the three. Now, Gladiolus is a trained warrior because his warrior bloodline, the Amicia bloodline, is a warrior line for the Lucius household, But Ignis is both a strategist and has brute strength. So if you take, Prompto's strategist abilities and combine it with Gladiolus' brute strength, pretty much Ignis has just that alone. Just those things alone. Those things alone are what could get you through the victory lane. It's those things alone that make Ignis the strongest and worthy of it, plus as well as his determination to protect King Noctis, the future king of the Lucius household. The fact that he was even though Arden gave him the position, even though Arden gave him a proposition to work for the Niflheim Empire, not only turned it down, but Ignis went blind. Ignis went blind. Ignis went blind to fight Arden off. A man he cannot kill off so easily. To save Noctis. He gave his eyesight to save Noctis. Which is a big feat in itself. Even Gladiolus told Noctis to stop whining about Lunafreya's death because, Ignis lost his sight over him. So that means it's Ignis' determination that makes Ignis also stronger, which it could actually require Zenkai boost too, as well. Because if you're emotionally strong about something, it will come out in your voice and your actions. Kind of like adrenaline rush. It's just like this. If a kid fell in, if a car were to fall on a kid, you'd want to save that kid, so you'd get adrenaline rush to go lift the car while the kid gets out. Well, it's kind of like that. You know, Ignis even got his strength doubled, not just by the Ring of Lucii alone, from what we see in the trailer, but also his determination to save Noctis, which will, you know, I don't know what's gonna happen in the game when the game comes out, but this will make Arden retreat. This will scare Arden. Arden will run away from this battle. Arden will be the one to run away from this battle because Ignis will be stronger. He'd be pretty much both Prompto and Gladiolus combined with a little bit of Noctis. So it could be possible that this version of Ignis could go even toe-to-toe with Core the Immortal. Now, Core the Immortal would still beat Ignis no matter what, but you would have a hard time to beat Ignis in this kind of boost, since now Square Enix and Hajime Tabata decides to give Ignis the boost, which makes sense considering his is the last DLC. His is the last episode, so he had to make him stronger than both Gladiolus and Prompto, you know, because, you know, plot armor, very plot armor. Thanks to the plot armor, this is gonna give Ignis the big boost he needs to defeat Arden. But now, not once and for all, of course, but to make Arden retreat with the remaining members of the Niflheim Empire that isn't a traitor. You know, not only to mention with that, but you could also, it looks like you might be able to train with also Ravis, the traitor of Niflheim. So, count Ravis' training, the Ring of Lucii, and his Zenkai boost for wanting to protect Noctis so badly that he overpowers the Chancellor of Niflheim, Arden Lucius Kylium. So this is why I think that Ignis is going to be the strongest of the Chocobros, since that's what they're called, the Chocobros. He's going to be the strongest of the Chocobros. Now, he ain't going to be stronger than Noctis, well, because, you know, Lucius Kylium blood is thicker. But out of all of the bodyguards Noctis has, Ignis is the most important. And this is why they saved Ignis for the last episode. This is why they saved Ignis for the last act of Final Fantasy 15. So let me know in the comments below what you think. Do you think Ignis is going to be the strongest of the Chocobros, or do you disagree with me? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe, and also download episode Ignis if you got Final Fantasy 15. This episode's going to be lit from what I see in the trailers. So, do that as well. It's only going to be a nominal fee of $5. What is $5? May the crystal be with you.